Families of transgender youth in Missouri now have access to a network helping them access treatments that are now banned in the state. Meanwhile, some lawmakers want to make the state's restrictions on gender-affirming care even stricter. Missouri Capitol Bureau Chief Joe McLean has that story from Jefferson City.
Missouri now has one of the most restrictive bans on transgender care in the country. In response, the state has been added to an initiative by the Campaign for Southern Equality aimed at helping families of trans youth access the care that they need.
So it's really complicated, and people are scared, and people need support.
Katie Erker Lynch leads Promo, an organization working to address inequality against the LGBTQIA+ community in Missouri. It's one of the groups partnering with the Campaign for Southern Equality's Trans Youth Emergency Project.
This gives parents, whether they have a financial need or not, just someone that they can talk to help navigate how they might get access to care for their child outside of the state of Missouri.
The program also offers $500 grants to help cover the costs of getting the health care out of state. It's all in response to a law signed this summer which bans anyone under 18 from receiving gender-affirming treatments, such as puberty blockers or hormone therapies. The law includes a grandfather clause for minors who were already undergoing treatment. There was also an expiration date placed on the ban set for 2027, but Warrensburg Republican Senator Denny Hoskins is sponsoring a bill to remove that expiration date, making the ban permanent.
Why should these procedures, these treatments be restricted just because some people don't like them or agree with them?
You know, kids go through a lot of different stages in life, and I think that these kids need love and compassion, not a doctor's prescription to mutilate their bodies.
It should be noted that these are considered valid treatment options by the medical community, including the National Institutes of Health and the American Academy of Pediatrics. Erker Lynch says this affirming healthcare is precisely how many families provide their kids love and compassion.
We have hope that leadership would like to see actual work be done as opposed to bullying an already marginalized population.
In Jefferson City, Joe McLean, First Alert 4.